All right, so this is take two for this video. I thought I'd make a video today. We're planning a backpacking trip in the coming weeks, and I had my backpack fully packed with what I intended to take. I did a complete video unpacking it, showing what was in my backpack, all that good fun stuff, only to find out that it's been so long since I've made a video. I didn't check my equipment. I've got a wireless microphone, completely dead. It was on, but it clearly did not last very long. The entire video, no audio. Hopefully this time it comes out a little bit different. So instead of unpacking my backpack, this time I'm going to pack it.
A few moments later.
So I'll go over the electronics first, only because it's on the table still. So I used to have, I got an iPhone 13 Pro, which will probably be doing most of the video on his backpacking trip. And it needs to be charged when you're out there because I'm using the AllTrails app, which is, using data, etc., and the screen time, so I want to be able to charge it. I just have a small 10,000 milliamp hour battery charger for it. Rebecca has a charger for her phone. We may just take one to charge the phone. We only need to charge it once overnight. She's got a Android device. I don't know what model phone she has. So I have a cable to charge my phone. She has one for her phone. That'll be in my electronics bag in my backpack. I'm taking this small carbon fiber tripod for both the camera I'm taking as well as using the cell phone adapter for video. But it's a nice little tripod to have. I'm also going to be taking my Nikon Z6. And I have this lens on it. This is it's not the fastest or the best lens on the planet, but it's a 24-200. So I still get wide shots, and I can for landscape, and I also have a 200 millimeter for zooming in on if there's some wildlife or things like that. It was an affordable option to take this lens versus a handful of other lenses. But I do have another cheap lens. This is very plastic. It's very lightweight. It's a 40 millimeter f2, so I can get some nice blurred background shots if I want to. I'm still kind of on the fence whether I want to take this lens with me or not, but that'll be the option. Trekking poles. I'm going to take, we both have these. These are the Cascade, what are they? Mountain Tech Cascade. These are carbon fiber trekking poles. I got them on sale for a good deal. Thought we'd give them a try. I've got some Gorilla Tape wrapped around each one in case one of them breaks and you need to tape it together. It's always good to have that. I got some wristbands on here to collect a lot of the sweat. I noticed last year hiking when it was warm, the sweat was dripping down my arms and my hands, and these handles were completely soaked. These wrist straps were completely soaked, and I'm hoping wearing some wristbands might mitigate some of that sweat. So let's start. And I have a hat that I'll probably wear and take. It's a trucker style hat. We have picked this up at Trail Days in Damascus earlier this year from Adventure Damascus Outfitters. Nice guys. We spoke with them for a long time. This is also where that shirt came from. So go check them out if you're ever in Damascus. Okay, so let me get with the pack. Now that it's empty, because I emptied it in another video, it didn't work. I have the Osprey Atmos AG65. So it's a 65 liter pack with Osprey's patented anti-gravity suspension system. I did a lot of research on different packs, and I chose this one. It's not a lightweight pack. I'm not an ultralight backpacker. I used it all last year. And once you get this dialed in, this is a really comfortable pack. I really am very satisfied with this pack. I would highly recommend it to anybody getting into backpacking. And it's just comfortable. I would definitely go to an outfitter somewhere. They have a thing they can put on your back so you can know which size you get for torso length and things of that nature. You could do it yourself at home, but I found it was easier for them to put the template on me, and they have a better option. I have a water bottle holder here. This will hold a, I'll have to go in the kitchen and get a water bottle maybe, unless somebody can go get one for me. But it holds the big smart water bottles. And I like this, being able to get access to this water bottle really, really quickly and easily. And so I'll typically carry 2 of these water bottles. These are the smart water bottles here. These are the 33.8 ounces, and it just slides right in there just like that. And you can see it's easy to get in and out. and you don't have to worry. I mean, it's just easy, and it's convenient to have it right there. And we put the Flip Sport cap on it. So I really like this water bottle holder. This year I'm going to try something different. I put a hydration bladder inside my pack, one that's designed for the Osprey packs. It's still brand new. I haven't even taken the plastic off of this yet. I thought I'd give it a try. I've used Camelbacks in the past, and I've never used one hiking, but I thought I'd give it a shot just to see. Yeah, there's pros and cons to everything, but I wanted to give it a try to see how I like it versus having water bottles everywhere. On this side of the pack, I have a, I can't remember the name brand. I meant to look this up between videos, but I forgot to. This is a camera clip, Peak Design. Peak Designs make these, that's who that is. So there's an adapter you put on the bottom of your camera, it locks into here. You push this button to release it so you can pull your camera out. You can also turn this when the camera's in there, where the camera's locked in and it won't come out at all. So when I'm wearing the pack, I have the camera, I can pop it right into there, and it's not going anywhere. It's just locked in there really good. And you have to push this button, pull it right out of there, take a picture, snap it right back in. I really highly recommend these Peak Design camera clips right here. Over here on this side of the pack, I've got a couple of carabiners, I've got an emergency whistle, and also have a thermometer. What else? I have just a random carabiner hanging on there. Let's see. There's nothing in the pack other than an empty hydration bladder. Over here I have a bear bell. Just let wildlife know I'm coming, I'm in the area. So, you know, I'm not opposed to having an encounter with a bear, but I'd rather not if I can avoid it. I'd love to see one and get some footage of it and a picture. But, you know, letting animals know you're there is safe for you both. So I figured I'd just use the bear bell. This pack also has a sternum pouch. I believe this is an Etsy buy. I'll put a link, like I said, I'll put links to all this stuff in the description. This pack has pockets on the belt, on the waist belt. And let's see, here I have a few items. I've got a lighter, a big lighter. I've got a Swiss Army knife, some matches, and a pocket bellows for stoking up a fire if I'm able to make a fire when we camp. I'm going through this kind of quick. I don't want to make this video too long. In the other pocket, I have my headlamp, which is a Nitecore. Don't remember the model. It'll be in the description. Headlamp, and I also have a neck knife with a piece of fire steel, because sometimes having a knife is a good idea, and it's hard for me not to take everything, but I'm getting better at not packing too much stuff. I'll put that in there and zip this back up. So let's get to loading the pack. So in the bottom of this pack, there is an access area, and if you unzip it, if I can do this with one hand, it'd be amazing. So what a lot of people do, let me just unzip it. So what I have in the bottom of my pack are some camp shoes. These are just some Tevas. I don't remember what model these are, but these are the like all-terrain. I love these shoes. The bottoms are comfortable. The bottoms are soft and hard on the outside, so you can walk on rocks and it doesn't bother you. So this pack, there's a flap here, and you could actually snap it in to where this bottom is separate from the top. So people put their sleep system down here if you want to, but I just took the straps off, so my pack is wide open all the way through. There's nothing preventing anything from getting to the bottom. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put my Tevas back in the bottom and show you how I pack everything up. So these are going to stay in. These are camp shoes and possibly creek and river crossing shoes. After the last hike we did, and I'll put a card up here to that hike where we crossed about 4,000 streams, I think it was. So inside the pack, the first thing I want to put in there is my sleep system. Let me loosen this drawstring up there. So let me bend down here and get it. So this is just a compactor bag for waterproof. And what I'll do is I'll just push that down to the bottom of the pack like that, and just keep it open at the top here. The only thing I'm really going to put in here is things I don't want to get wet. And the first thing I don't want to get wet is my sleeping bag. So this is a Kelty Cosmic Down something. It's a 40-degree bag because it's warm out. And what I'll do is I'll just take that and I'll just stuff that down inside this sleeping bag. or inside this compactor bag here. Push it down. You don't need to put it in a stuff sack if you don't want to. I'll just push that all the way down to the bottom of there. So that's filling up the bottom of the pack with a sleeping bag now. You don't have to worry about how the shape of the compression bag is. You just use this to stuff it in the bottom. This is a pillow. This is a Nemo Pillow. I don't remember, Deluxe maybe. This is a comfort item. I love this pillow. That's why I'm taking it. These are the only clothes I'm taking. I have an extra pair of sock liners, and a long sleeve. I don't know what the material is made of. It's moisture wicking, things of that nature. I don't know if it's going to get cold in the evenings or in the morning, but I'm just taking that just to have it. And I'll put that in there. And that's really all I need to keep dry in my pack. So what I'll do is I'll just twist this up. Some people say make it look like an elephant's trunk. You just keep twisting this up, and you just take that twisted up part and you tuck it beside the pack. So anything I want to keep waterproof is in the bottom of my pack, and now it's waterproof. Next thing I'll go over, I'll get it all on the table here. So now I got everything on the table. Let me move this out of the way. I don't want to spill my coffee. Is my cook kit right here. So my cook kit, and this bag, I think it might be from Hilltop Bags. I think I'll put links to, like I said, links to everything will be in the description. So this bag was made for a 700 milliliter cup. My cup is made by Lixada. You can get this on Amazon. This is a not Toaks. It's not Sea to Summit. It's titanium, but it's about 25% less expensive than those other name brands. It's got the same type of lid with a little flippy up thing. You slide it, it won't fall down. It's got holes in it for draining. Inside it, I have a bandana. I have, and with my stove wrapped up in there, and I'll show you that. I have a canister of fuel, and this is just the stand for the fuel, so you can spread the legs out on the bottom, and it gives it stability. It fits just perfectly right here on top of the lid. So when you put it inside your cup, it slides in, fits just like that. The stove I'm taking, I don't remember the exact model. It's made by Optimus. I like this stove. This will be the first time I'm using it, but it's got a big broad surface area, and it does this neat little trick. So it goes on top of the fuel canister like this. You set your cup on, whatever, to cook water. But when you're done, you fold these over, and you pull this little plunger right here, and this whole thing folds like that, like this. So this whole thing fits inside my cup, just like that. Now, there's a lot of stoves that don't. So this is the stove I'm going to be trying on this trip. I have a lot of stoves. I have a BRS 3000. I got an MSR Pocket Rocket. I've got an alcohol stove. I've got a jet boil. So they're not hurting for a stove. That's my entire cook kit right there. We're going to plan on taking dehydrated meals with us on this trip, I believe. Sometimes we take wet food, such as some tuna pouches and things like that. But I think we ordered one of those ginormous tins of chili mac from Mountain House, and we're going to be putting that into individual Ziploc bags so we can use our Hyperlite Mountain Gear food warming pouch. And typically what you would do is put your food pouch in here, pour your boiling water in it, roll it over, fold this over, this is insulated, and let it sit there and do its thing while that boiling water cooks and gets all that food nice and soft. Once it's done, you flip this over, connect this strap or this pouch flap to the back, snap it, and now you can hold it like this while you eat your food. And I have somewhere here, I got my titanium, my Toaks titanium spoon with the polished bowl on it, so we can eat. But what we're going to do is going to put our Mountain House chili mac meals in Ziploc bags, freezer type bags, and have them in here just like a Mountain House meal. And we'll be eating using these to keep our hands from burning and to keep the food warm while we eat. So that's part of the cook system. The spoon, long handle spoons are awesome. You don't have to worry about getting your fingers inside your bag, getting junk all over your knuckles when you're eating. I also have some Bigfoot Bushcraft fire starters in this plastic tube. This is one of those soda bottles that hadn't been inflated. And that's it for my kitchen. And all that is just stays in this little red Merrill 5-liter storage bag, which is not waterproof. And also in that bag, I'll put my toiletries kit. This is a sternum pouch that I bought that did not quite work out for me on my pack, but I use it for a ditty bag now. Only thing I have in here is a toothbrush and some toothpaste tablets. I'm going to try these. You put these tablets in your mouth, chew them up, they foam up, you brush your teeth, and you don't have to take a tube of toothpaste with you. So I will report back on those after this trip if they're worth having. I think they are. So that's it for toiletries. I really don't need anything else. So that is my kitchen and my toiletry items. And I will just shove that in here like that. The food bag is also made by Hilltop Packs. And they're custom packs for you. So I have my logo, cheap shameless plug here. My channel logo is on this bag. You could have yours put on there too. This is made out of Cuban fiber or Dyneema. Inside there, I just have, I have an antenna winder because I'm a nerd ham radio operator with some rope on it. And this bag right here is just a rock pouch. You shove rocks in it, throw it over a tree limb. I also bought Hilltop Packs dog bone thing here for doing the PCT hang for bear bags. So again, the food will be in this bag. Inside my pack right now, there's no food in it. And that goes in here. Once it's full, it'll fit in here a little bit differently. And I also have a poop kit with toilet paper, a little shovel, and some biodegradable butt wipes. I have my water filter system, which has a CNOC bag. I think that's how you say it. It's CNOC. So you fill this up with water. You filter it through my Sawyer Squeeze filter system. I also have an extra O-ring gasket and an extra sport cap for water bottles in there should this thing fail. So that will stay on the outside of the pack right here. This pack has like a stretchy outside pouch. Water filter system will stay in there. I got a small first aid kit right here. That'll also stay in the outside pouch. And the poop kit will stay out on the outside because, and this is also this is an Etsy purchase, I think. Ultralight sacks on Etsy. This Dyneema waterproof so my toilet paper doesn't get wet. That'll stay out there so you don't have to hunt for it in a panic if nature happens to call. So aside from the food, really that's all that's going in my pack. Notice I did not mention a tent. The tent is in Rebecca's pack, which it is a Nature Hike Mongar 2. They make a bunch of packs. It's a Mongar 2, but this is the 15D nylon version, which is the heavier duty one. We spent a few nights in that tent in some horrible weather. I can tell you now that it's worth the money. It's a nice tent. It goes together easy. The last hike we went in, I did a time lapse of it. I'll put a card up here and a link in the description to the video where you can see the time lapse of us putting that tent together on one of our last camping trips. So, yep. So this is the pack, fully packed, minus the food. This is a good, easy hike we're doing. It's one overnight trip. The weather is going to be probably mild, so we don't have to have a lot of warm clothes or anything like that. I'm using my Thermarest Z-Lite sleeping pad as opposed to the air mattress I have. I have a Climate V-Lite Climate. I don't remember the model of it. It's an insulated air mattress, but you know, I don't need any insulation like that between me and the ground right now because it's nice and warm out. So this, you don't have to worry about this popping or getting a hole in it or anything like that. So I made these keepers out of just some shock cord and these keepers right here just to keep it together. That's going to sit right here, and there's some straps right here on the back of my pack to strap that down. This snaps in, and I'll hold this up if you can't see it in the frame right now. If you can see it, I'm being told by my hiking partner that you can see it in the video. So it's going to go on the bottom of the pack. I have a Thermarest Z-Lite seat. It's only this big, but I will tell you now, it's worth its weight. You can sit on this and not have to worry about getting your butt wet on something. It'll make sitting on a rock a little bit more comfortable. And when you're old and you got beat up knees, this is a lot easier to kneel on this. You can fold it in half if it's not thick enough for your bony knees like mine. And it's just very comfortable. It's nice to have item if you stop for lunch. I have another shock cord I made for it. I make shock cords for everything. And just snap that on. And on this, I'll just snap it under these bungee cords here. And it'll be there when I need it. I can just pop it right off when we stop for lunch or otherwise when I take a break. And I think that's it. I don't think I've got anything else. So that's my pack. Again, it's the Osprey Atmos 65 liter AG, 65 AG, and Rebecca's pack is right here. I'll have her hand it to me. It's very similar. It's basically the ladies version, which is the Osprey Aura 65. It's also a 65 liter pack. I honestly think the men's version is 60. It's more than 65 liters. I think the Brain, I don't have the Brain on mine. That's another, I'll show you what the Brain looks like. So normally it sits on top of the pack. That's a separate pouch that goes on top of the pack. Mine is upstairs. I'm not using it. Hers is in here. She uses hers. It does not appear to be on top of the pack though. So, all right. So everything, she puts everything inside her compactor bag. Oh, here it is. So basically the Brain, let me just cinch this up. So once you got this on, okay, she has the same hat from the same outfitters. Her trekking poles are over here. So the Brain, some people call it the Brain, top pouch, whatever. This is basically what it is. And it sits on top of your pack like that. And, or wait a minute. I think it goes this way. It goes this way, just like this. And it has two compartments. It got a zipper compartment here you can put things in. And it's got a larger zipper compartment that you can also put things in. And she normally has, well, she's got her cook kit in this, in her pouch right here. But you can actually use this for a food bag, I guess, if you wanted to or whatever. But because she's so short, if she has this on top of her pack, you can't see the top of her head from behind her. So she takes it off and she puts it inside the pack. So it makes it gives a false impression that she's taller from a distance. But anyway, hopefully I'll be able to record a video when we're out on the trail. So I'm looking forward to it. This will be our first backpacking trip of the year, and we're very excited about it. Hopefully I'll get a good video. Anyway, I hope this video didn't go too long. I hope I didn't stumble over anything. Any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I'll answer every question you guys ask. You know I always do. So hopefully I'll get back to making videos, but I say that every time. But you know, at least I'm making them every few weeks now, right? Anyway, if you watched to the end, appreciate it. Thanks again. Talk to you guys soon. Be safe. And editing the video, I realized I had skipped over a couple of things and I had to come back and do it. I covered these on the first video that failed because there was no audio, but I come back and start this one again. One of the things that I failed to pick up off the floor when I emptied my pack the first time was this GSI Outdoors cup. It's just a plastic cup with a graduated scale on the side and milliliters and ounces that you can read through the inside of the cup. This is what I drink coffee or hot beverages out of, and this year I'm going to take this, which is a same company. It's a pour over coffee filter, so you put it on your cup like that. It's a mesh filter, so you can do your own pour over coffee, which is what I plan to do this time. And this is normally in that red bag with the rest of my kitchen. If I can get this put away. So yeah, that did not make it in the video on accident. And also on the outside of this pouch, or this pack, I forgot to mention, I'm pulling the tablecloth off, that there's side pockets. There's a side pocket here that kind of it goes about halfway through and back around. I have a rain jacket made by Anti-Gravity Gear that I purchased at Trail Days in Damascus. It's very light, it's ultra light, it's very thin. It's made to go over your clothes. They were having a special on these where they treated the seams with seam sealer if you purchase it from the show. And that's why I bought one of those from them. I haven't used it in the rain yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It would also make a nice wind jacket. It's compressible. You can put it in this little pouch, and that is in one side of the thing here. Again, I'll put a link to their website in the description. But if I can put this away real quick. Or I shouldn't have to put it away. I should just edit it because the video is already long enough. I should have just put this away. So anyway, anti-gravity gear, raincoat goes in there. I also have a pair of gloves, just some light fleece gloves that I'll take. I don't think it's going to be cold enough, but they stay in my pack. And on this pocket over here, I have one of those cooling towels. I use this. I keep it wet, and I use it to wipe my face and head off when it's hot. And I also use it to get spider webs out of my face. And I also have a small Sea to Summit head net, bug net. I don't know if I'll need it or not, but it's nice to have if you need it. And that's really it. Other than when I was going to electronics, I failed to mention with taking that one of these charging banks that last year I had I still have it. I have an Apple Watch, and that thing, you have to charge that thing every day. So I was having to charge my phone and the watch every night, and it got to be burdensome. So Rebecca and I earlier this year, we decided that we were going to change things up. So we bought some watches. We got a Garmin Instinct 2 Solar. We both have one. You can look up the specs on this thing, but it tracks hiking and things like that. Since it's solar, it also helps to charge it, but a complete charge will last you over 20 days, which is perfect for us. And anyway, it's a better option. Plus, we're both training for 10Ks right now. She just completed her training session with the Garmin. Garmin has an app on the phone. Look it up. You can have training events for marathons, 5Ks, 10Ks, things like that. So, and this tracks, it also connects to all trails, the app does, so we can track all our fitness activities, whether they're hiking, trekking, running, walking, swimming, whatever. So that's addition to this year. It also can check, because I'm getting old now, I'm 57, it'll check my oxygen, my blood oxygen level. Is that what I'm looking for? My pulse oxygen level. So, this is a couple of things on here that makes it handy, but I forgot it in the video, and I'm going to do it now, and I'll stick it back in the video. And hopefully it won't be overly 30 minutes, but it's a long video, I apologize.